Hey guys, welcome to the Probably Not Show. Your source for movie reviews, news, everything in between, and everything out in between. I'm Marcel.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline.
I'm Brendan Bigley, and even with the recent trends in Hollywood, this is probably not a remake.
What this probably is our review of Gangster Squad.
Let's get it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Probably Not Show. This week we're going to be reviewing Gangster Squad, directed by Ruben Fleischer. It stars Josh Brolin, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, Sean Penn, just to name a few. It takes place in 1949 in Los Angeles. The basic setup is that Josh Brolin puts together a group of police officers to take down mob boss Mickey Cohen, played by Sean Penn, and basically things ensue.
Things happen.
Things and stuff.
There's a story that goes down.
And you're probably thinking, who's that guy?
I'm
This is
thinking
Chris
that.
Morris. This is Chris Morris. You know, you might know him from the guy who should play all of us in a movie.
Yeah.
He is our guest host this week, so please show him some love. So, let's bring it on. Chris Morris, what did you think of this movie?
I think what you see is a lot better than what is actually going on, to put it in a sentence.
Style over substance.
Yeah, that's the big phrase I think that's going to be kind of attached to this project.
Yeah.
So, you think it looked a lot better than it was?
Yeah, I think
What were your main issues with it, would you say?
the writing was probably the biggest weakness.
Yeah.
I thought they handled characters poorly. Most characters didn't have any kind of meaningful arc at all.
Yeah. Almost none of them. I think maybe
Yeah.
one did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes off as very cliche throughout,
Mm.
and it never tells you whether or not it's tongue in cheek or trying to be real.
It suffers from Expendables syndrome.
What is Expendable Syndrome?
It's the first Expendables took itself very, very, very seriously, you know, and was like, okay, so we have all these like 80s stars who are gonna be in this movie, and they're gonna shoot things, and it's a serious movie. And then the second one was like, wait, this is actually really funny. So then they kind of realized it was funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like the third movie, they're not gonna know what's happening, and that's kind of what this movie was. They didn't understand what they were doing really, in terms of being tongue in cheek or taking it completely seriously.
So let's bring it in. Jacqueline, what do you think?
Of the movie in general, I would agree with Chris. Really, really stylish, great looking. It suffers from some script issues. It suffers from, I think, the actors kind of being unable to sell these cheesy 40s Hollywood lines.
Yeah.
Where it comes back to kind of, they don't know if it's winking at the 40s or if it's supposed to be an authentic sort of gangster movie.
Right.
So I think that drags it down a whole lot. But I will say that I feel like Ryan Gosling's like charisma is one of the like most important things of this movie, and one of the reasons that it was passable.
Watching this movie, all I could think was, I'm so glad that Ryan Gosling is becoming a huge movie star. I'm so glad that he is the guy now. I just want him to be the guy.
He should be the guy.
You know, Ryan Gosling's super attractive. I don't know if you know, but Ryan Gosling's really hot.
He's the guy.
I can vouch that he's really hot because in the movie someone took a picture of him.
Yeah.
Right in the like flash and everything.
With the flash
unabashedly.
and I was like, I'm with you.
If I had any self-respect, actually I wouldn't be doing it.
So Brendan, what do you think?
This might come as a surprise. I really like this movie. And if it ruins what you guys think about any of my critiques from now on, then I'm totally cool with it, because basically when I watch any movie, all I want it to be is an 80s movie. And this movie was an 80s movie with modern style.
Set in the 40s.
And first of all, the reason that it was kind of an 80s movie was because it was just The Untouchables, but now. I don't know if you guys have seen The Untouchables. It's basically a bunch of guys who go after Al Capone. It's the same movie, but just now. I really kind of enjoyed it. I had a lot of the same issues that you guys had. The script was just, at sometimes, too cheesy. It had that classic like 80s cheeseball thing going on. It was just oozing like cheese whiz the whole time. But at the same time, it was so in it. I don't know what it was. Ryan Gosling was great. I mean, the two things that I love the most in this world are the 40s and Emma Stone, and both of them were in this movie. And I don't know how I could dislike a movie with both of those things in it. And plus, just the whole Ryan Gosling thing. Josh Brolin, I'm a big fan of, especially weirdly since Men in Black 3. Seeing him play. Seeing him play Tommy Lee Jones was incredible, and just since that point, I'm like, I want to see Josh Brolin in more things. What was that?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you should see it. It's actually very good.
Yeah, I like the movie.
But yeah, I kind of actually really
You
liked it.
almost made me want to like the movie though. You almost.
It's hard for me, and I feel a little bit conflicted because I don't think that it was good, but I was entertained.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
think-
like emotionally confused.
I definitely think the big thing with me is that I hated the script, and like I hated that the actors couldn't do so much. But
Yeah.
because I liked the actors so much, it was just I was super conflicted. And, I mean, overall though, I found myself cringing through, or it dragged on a little too long for me. And I don't know why. I hated Sean Penn.
Really?
I absolutely hated watching every Sean Penn scene just because he took me so out of the movie.
Right.
And I could not take it.
I mean, there was one moment in the movie which is my favorite line of, it will be my favorite line of 2013 in total, where someone is yelling at Sean Penn, "We need to get out of here," and he responds, screaming at the top of his lungs, "Let me get my tie on." To which I started laughing so hard that I was
we
crying.
lost it. We were inconsolable.
Which is
Yeah.
weird because even with things like that going on throughout the movie, I still really liked it. As much as I like hate some of the lines that were delivered, I really liked the
Which
movie.
is such a flip side for me because that was one of my biggest issues. If you look at like Ruben Fleischer's like track record, he's directed Zombieland, which I really loved. He
Love
directed
Zombieland.
30 Minutes or Less,
Which I really didn't like. I didn't love that at all.
That way.
The opposite of love,
It's
actually.
what he-
And then you were just seeing that he's directed 2 comedies and he's going into this other kind of genre.
Yeah.
And then I would piggybacking on what Jacqueline was saying was just that you weren't sure if the movie was taking itself seriously or not, and there was definitely like funny moments that took you out of the seriousness of the film,
Right.
which was a big problem for me.
I also will say though that I would watch Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone fall in love on any coast, in any era. It doesn't matter. I loved their chemistry, and that carried so much of it for
I'm
me.
on team that.
Team that.
Can we just have that movie exist?
I
Can
think
we just
they're-
that?
Yeah.
Can I just be in real life, actually?
Are they recasting Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Ryan Gosling?
I hope so.
I'm lying. Probably
That's
not.
movie news anymore.
And last thing, standout roles for anyone? Standout roles.
Gosling.com.
Gosling Road.
Ryan Gosling, that's my dude.
Yeah, he was. They handled him the best script wise.
Yeah.
He had the most interesting character. I feel like he brought the most to any of those characters.
He was
And
weirdly the most real of all of them,
He
which I didn't
sold it.
expect. You know, and it was kind of just like a more talkative version of his character from Drive,
yes.
but I still really liked it.
Yes.
So, my conclusion is that Ryan Gosling's the man. Just all the time.
He's the guy. So I guess we
I
should
do.
go.
So
around
let's
to
do this.
see it in theaters.
Since Chris Morris is our guest this week, would you see this movie in theaters? Probably or probably not.
Probably actually. I felt like
Chris Morris is the other guy. Ryan Gosling, Chris Morris.
The guys.
I felt like some of the gunplay and the
The
you know,
gratuitous violence.
brutal
Yeah.
hand-to-hand fighting moments. I felt for some reason those were some of the things that stood out, like sound-wise.
Yeah.
That I thought some of those hits like really punched home, and it was like
Yeah.
it was definitely something that you wouldn't get sitting on your couch.
We should mention that we saw this in AMC's ETX theater, which is just much better sound, much better picture quality. So
Okay.
that might have been part of the reason.
Which is always a big help. I'm
Yeah.
always a big fan of IMAX, ETX, that kind of stuff. I'm always
Yeah.
big on making movies
IMAX.
sound better.
Yeah.
I'm going with probably not.
Mm.
It's the movie's not worth your money. The story's not worth your money. However, no, even Ryan Gosling is a big selling point. He doesn't take off his shirt once, so maybe I don't know. Probably not.
I would say this movie stars guns and Ryan Gosling's charisma. I love one, I hate the other, but probably.
Really?
I was entertained.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that at all. You're cringing so much.
Oh
That's great.
yeah, but
So much
yeah,
cringing,
So
okay.
much cringing.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going with probably not. No, I'm just kidding. Probably. Totally probably. I think, you know, even with the gratuitous violence, which was almost too much at times, and weirdly coming off of Django, you'd think that I would be super into it.
Right?
But something about it in this movie didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
Just my love of 80s movies and crime dramas and everything just all came together in this movie, and I loved it. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot. So I would say probably. I would definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we thought. We want to know what you think. Let us know in the comments below. And if you see the movie, let us